You're worried that all the projections are wrong, everything they've been showing you?
Yeah. He needs to make this. I don't want this.
Ryan looks like he's
I need a
not
camel
right.
birdie to go to 29.
Oh, so to be safe.
Yeah.
But I mean, nothing can really move you, right?
Not, no, I don't think so.
Oh, you did?
All right, okay. We're in. I think so.
No.
Let him sign his
No.
scorecard first.
I don't think they got it wrong, dude.
Hey, Shad, too. There we go. We did it. Oh, it's all fun.
Tour bound, baby.
These are our stars in the making. The confidence is rising, and I'm excited watching it.
PGA Tour cards on the line. Dreams are on the line for so many of these players.
The big goals are to make it on the PGA Tour this year. So trying to do everything I can to make sure that happens.
You need to have avenues for players to come up and get access to the PGA Tour, and the Korn Ferry Tour is the best place for that to happen.
It's make or break, one shot away from changing your life. For professional golfers, the Korn Ferry Tour, it's the gateway to your dream.
Korn Ferry Tour, it's never been more important than it is right now.
Let's get it. You get to the last 7 events of the Korn Ferry Tour season, and it's really that status and eligibility crunch time in terms of keeping your job.
It's just a nerve-wracking part of the season.
Are you going to get in that top 75 to keep your full card out on the Korn Ferry Tour for next year? Are you going to get in the top 30 to fulfill your childhood dream, get that PGA Tour card?
It's a tough place to play golf in, especially when you've had pressure on yourself just to kind of perform and play well.
For players around those bubbles, there's really no time to tweak or adjust. You just got to go with what you have and hope it's enough.
You've been treading water if you're around a number, and if you're not going to make it to the next level, then that's when you start thinking about, am I good enough?
You have Fred Biondi, who was a highly acclaimed college player. A lot of pundits might have expected him to come out and take the Korn Ferry Tour by storm, but it's hard, and sometimes it takes a couple years to find your game at this level, and that's kind of what's happened.
I was fine. Obviously, looking back, it's terrible, right? Like, miscut after miscut, a lot of bad golf. And I remember, like, kind of telling myself, I obviously care a lot about making the cut, but I just want to play well.
Here's Fred Biondi.
Yes!
Inside the cut number, thanks to that birdie.
Huge putt for a guy that hasn't had the season he was looking for.
I'm a competitor. I hate losing. I want to compete. I know how good I am, but like I gotta take it as a positive. And yeah, it's a bit of a relief. I'm just like, what can I do to just get better? What can I do to, in the long run, use these 10 miscuts to like my advantage? How can I make these 10 miscuts next year be 5 or 3, not 10?
Way to battle, Freddie.
Make it hard on myself, huh?
Making the cut at Boise and that first finals event, it gives you new life, where if you just get momentum and make some birdies, you can turn a bad season around very, very quickly. He's got that second life, and that's all he needs. Biondi enters the week at the Nationwide Children's Hospital Open, 114th on the points list.
Needing a big week to move inside the top 75 and keep that full status for next year, or even the top 100 to keep conditional status for next year.
Now on the tee from Sao Paulo, Brazil, please welcome Fred Biondi.
It's a difficult course, it's a difficult event, and he knows now that he has to make the cut and he has to play really well to make it into the next finals event.
Biondi knew it was do or die. It was kind of apparent it wasn't his week.
A lot of frustrating parts, for sure. A lot of maturing to do. A lot to get better, but it's golf. It's gonna humble you pretty hard at times, so.
Life is tough. Higher you are, harder it is. He has to understand that
sometimes he's going up, sometimes he's going down, and this is life, not only in golf.
It sucks to be in this position. I know I'll be back here, I know I'll be back on the PGA Tour, and it's just a matter of time. I just have to keep getting up, keep getting better. It just wasn't my time.
It's not going to be an easy road ahead. He has no status now on the Korn Ferry Tour. Going to have to go back to Q school, work through from first stage, really from square one, to get those starts back.
Now he's on another stage, and things are not very easy. He has to understand that. Sometimes he'll get the things that he wants, sometimes not. Every 23-year-old wants everything now, and he has to understand everything's about timing.
I'm doing what I love to do. This is what I dreamed of since I was a kid. It's emotional because I care. It's emotional because I put a lot of time into this and obviously want to succeed. This game doesn't owe you anything, but I know what it takes to be good, and I'm willing to put in the work.
On the other hand, you've got Cooper Dossey, who had an opportunity at the Nationwide Children's Hospital Open to really turn his year around.
Cooper Dossey made the cut on the number at the Nationwide and set himself up for a chance over the weekend to do enough to potentially move inside the top 75 and keep his full status and make it to the Korn Ferry Tour Championship.
I've always been a fighter, never out mentality, and this year's been hard. I haven't played very good, but that gives me hope for the future.
In a crazy scenario, really, one that we haven't seen in a while on this tour, unfolded Sunday, where he was paired with Jack McGuire. The two were separated by less than a fifth of a point, both on the bubble. McGuire projected 75th, Dossey projected 76th. Basically 18-hole match play for that last spot at the Korn Ferry Tour Championship.
I really felt like I did everything I could. Just a lot of average all year and kind of frustrating to finish like I did. I feel like I'm one of the best players here, and I didn't show that this year.
In the end, fell one spot short, and although he gets really good conditional status for next year, his season's over. He doesn't get to go to the Tour Championships, and he has to wait to go to the PGA Tour.
It's not just this week, it's a culmination. I mean, every shot matters. I think it's just I had a lot of goals, and I don't really think I met many of them, but I believe in myself, and I'm really excited to be a better, more mature golfer next year, wherever that is.
The guys here, they're making some custom ball markers, and they had one made up with my wife with a heart, my daughter Mia with two little baby feet, which is pretty sweet, and then had them made up a couple other ones. My brother, he's doing really well, but he has cancer, and so I got him a, I'm not going to say it out loud, but I think probably everyone will probably understand what it says, but so I got him to remember that, you know, how good he's doing and, you know, beating the crap out of it.
And Kevin Roy and his brother have been close their whole life. One of his biggest supporters, one of his biggest fans. They talk all the time. So for Kevin to get that news of his brother being diagnosed with cancer, I can't imagine what that would really kind of take the toll on someone.
Got diagnosed probably maybe 3 or 4 months ago. They caught it really early. He's doing really well. They got the tumor out. He's doing a 12-week low-dose chemo right now. 19 out of the 20 lymph nodes in the area came back clean.
The cancer battle was weighing a lot on Kevin, so it's been really cool to see and inspiring for him to really dig in and play for his brother, and just being able to kind of take his brother's energy with him as he kind of comes back to the Korn Ferry Tour and trying to get that PGA Tour card back.
He's going to get it to the rotation? Yeah, I'm going to use this one this week for sure. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. This will definitely be the ball marker this week.
Kevin Roy just off the green here at this par 5.
Got to get it there, give it a chance. Yes. Crowd goes wild. Beautiful putt. Dangerous, man, when he's feeling it with the flat stick.
It was a great week in Boise. After I tapped in on Sunday on 18 and saw the leaderboard that we were, you know, tied for second, I was like, you know, that's going to get it done for sure.
Just being able to come back down in the Korn Ferry Tour and not even waste any time in locking that card back up shows that he's working on the right things and that he does belong on the PGA Tour.
I basically just walked over to my caddy and gave him a big hug and we're heading back to the show. Mia, say hi to the camera.
A bunch of congratulations. I might have had some tears, she might have had some tears, but yeah, it was awesome.
You can believe that you're one of the best players on the Korn Ferry Tour and put your foot on the gas, which he did.
I've proven myself now that I can compete out there. I think it's more of just keep telling myself that I belong.
On the other hand, Tim's in this unique spot where with those 2 wins, he could win a 3rd time, get that 3-win promotion to play a few events in the FedEx Cup Fall. But other than that, there's really no pressure.
Looking back at this year, one word probably describes it the most. It's just, honestly, a relief.
Your 2024 Lecon Suncoast Classic champion, Tim Feeding.
Champion of the Veritex Bank Championship for 2024 is Tim Feeding.
Winning golf tournaments is really difficult. Just to be able to get over that hump and actually win, just, you know, prove to myself that I can do it out here, and just been able to go out and trust in my game and play free golf, not have to worry too much about the consequences and not trying to force it too much.
Not a lot of highlights today for Tim Feeding.
It would go a long way for his confidence, especially after his 2 victories. He's had a little bit of inconsistency and it hasn't come as easy as it did in the first part of the season. I think for him, getting a 3rd win or at least being in contention would do so much for his mentality going into his rookie PGA Tour season. He does everything well. He just needs the reps at the top of the leaderboard.
He's had a great season, proven he has what it takes, had a nice time in contention in New Jersey too, and he's ready for the PGA Tour, ready to go out and show what he's got in 2025.
Ross Steelman got off to a great start in this 2024 Korn Ferry Tour season. He just hasn't had the consistency late in the season to really hold himself in the top 30. It's kind of a nothing to lose situation for him. At 53rd on the points list.
As he gets to the Korn Ferry Tour Championship, it's really a make or break situation where he's fully exempt on the Korn Ferry Tour for next year, can't lose his card, really can only go up.
I don't have a lot of pressure on me. I've got my Korn Ferry card locked up for next year and a good week and I get a PGA Tour card, so not really any pressure, so just trying to go out and have fun and play good golf.
Think like a goldfish all the time. Have fun, play like a kid. Don't think about shots that happened in your past. Man, he's got the game.
When you're in that situation, it really can be go for broke. You don't want to be recklessly aggressive, but you really want to be strategically aggressive when you can.
There's a lot of guys on that kind of mindset where they win or go home, but it's a little different story when you're coming down the stretch with a couple holes to play, and that is actually achievable.
I played well at Q School last year to get my Korn Ferry card, and I played well in the National Championship my senior year to get a Korn Ferry card as well. So limited sample size, but I feel like I tend to focus a little better when there's something on the line, so just try and kind of channel that same thing and give it as best I got.
For Aldrich Potgieter, it's a tough position to be at as young as he is. It's tough to stay consistent and it's tough to not drop positions because everyone's out there playing great golf.
It is getting tight in the air here. I know there's a lot of pressure. I'm on the border of getting my PGA Tour card for next year, just trying to process everything.
He's in that position where, 27th on the points list, coming into the Tour Championship. He doesn't really know how he has to play, he just knows he has to be good.
Last year, the number 24 player into the week fell out of the top 30. So Aldrich is certainly not safe, going to need to earn it if he wants to get that tour card. He can't think about what other people are doing. He has to play his own game, stick to his own process, and that's what he'll try to do.
If it's your time, it's going to be your time. And I know we're coming down the stretch. Anything can happen, and that's a big thing in golf. It's never over till it's over.
is that time. Korn Ferry Tour Championship, last event of the year, and we've got cards to give out from lovely, lovely French Lick, Indiana.
The attention turns to that top 30 bubble, where everyone there in the no-fut event is fully exempt for next year, but you all want those 30 tour cards. That's what you've been dreaming of. Pressure builds and builds and builds. There's nothing like it.
Steelman, not a great start to the week. He's going to need a miracle this weekend to have any sort of chance.
Tim Feeding has had an excellent season, headed to the PGA Tour. Going to be a part of the ceremony a little bit later.
I went out there and fought. I'm super happy, super proud of the season. You know, super consistent season, which is probably the most I'm happy with.
Just trying to stay focused on the golf this week. We'll see what the end result is on Sunday. It's going to be an interesting week.
From Mossel Bay, South Africa, Aldrich Potgieter.
These putts are so important in a round like this. This is a hard golf course.
That was a tentative stroke.
The Aldrich opened in 2 over 74. He's projected to move down 4 spots from 27th to 31st, so being less than a point projected outside the top 30, but into round 2 projected to not get his PGA Tour card.
A lot of pressure for this guy. If I was a spectator, I'm out following Potgieter. Just passes the eye test. If he makes putts, look out.
Aldrich started the day super strong, 3 under early, got to projected 26 on the points list on the right side of that all-important top 30 bubble, but from there it was a struggle.
That will be a 6 that will linger. That's a 2-shot swing to finish.
He bogeyed the last hole to shoot only a 1 under 71. Now he's projected 29th, and he's kind of right back into that spot where he really has no margin for error and surrendered any cushion he would have into the weekend.
It's been up and down. I mean, one hole you're inside, the next you're outside, so it's trying to stay away from it a little bit. But golf's been pretty decent. We still got one more day out there. We'll see what the other guys are doing, and then we'll try and go shoot a really low number.
I can't stress enough, comes out today needing to post a good one. Just an incredible start, knowing you need your best to make it inside the top 30.
It was a 15-hour flight, quite far, but it was special to come and see him play finals. It would be amazing if he could get his PGA today. It would be a dream come true. He was 8 years old when that dream started, and it would be awesome to share it with him.
What a round on Sunday in the most difficult conditions we have seen all week out here at French Lick.
He leaves it this far. Trying to become the second youngest player in Korn Ferry Tour history to get a PGA Tour card. It's all coming down to this, literally that final putt on the final green.
Got to get it up and down. Any other day of the week, this is almost a straightforward bunker shot, but with a PGA Tour card on the line and nerves. What a shot. Incredible. Potgieter needing to make this for par. Even though he's on the outside looking in, he could easily find himself inside the top 30.
Listen, did what he had to do. That is an excellent up and down. And Potgieter's going to have to wait around.
Still be a long wait. There's still a lot of things that can happen, but he did what he exactly needed to do, and what a final round.
Still have to wait for a while. Aldrich is still projected number 30, and there's not much margin for error. The other guys could finish strong, then bump Aldrich to 31.
It was hard because you don't know if I've secured the card already. And then you kind of sit in there and you kind of hope that's going to fall this way, and then it does, and then someone makes a birdie again, and you're out. The emotions were just everywhere.
Ryan looks like I need a camel birdie to go to 29.
It was stressful. We were outside the bubble, inside, outside again. It was up and down the whole time.
Oh, you did? All right, okay. We're in. I think so. No.
At just 20 years and 23 days of age, this Korn Ferry Tour winner is now the second youngest graduate in history from Mossel Bay, South Africa, Aldrich Potgieter.
It's a rough road on the Korn Ferry Tour, and you got to really grind it out. It's hard playing 7 weeks in a row and just keeping your head up, and that's where my dad came in. He helped me a lot through that, but it's been really good learning what tour life is, and I feel like next year is going to be a really good year.
At number 13, he is returning to the PGA Tour from Lakewood Ranch, Florida, Kevin Roy.
I was super motivated going into this year, just knowing that, I kind of proved to myself that I can compete out there on the PGA Tour, and to come back down here on the Korn Ferry and have the season that I had, just, super consistent, a lot of really good finishes. So I'll take that going forward.
At number 5, this Swede is heading to the PGA Tour for the first time after back-to-back wins, Tim Wieding.
Obviously, I've known him for a while, but I've been really looking forward to this moment. Even this morning, my wife and I kind of teared up a little bit. We were like, this is our last 18 holes of this Korn Ferry Tour journey. So I don't know what else to say. It's a dream come true.
It was awesome to see all the guys smile and cheer each other up. It was a good experience. It's a rough road on the Korn Ferry Tour, and you got to really grind it out. To go up to the PGA Tour for the first time, it means a lot. It's a real dream come true.